What's up, friends? I am Miranda. This is Miranda in the wild, but as you can see, for this video, I am sitting at a desk. And that's because this video is a little bit of outdoor education. This is Miranda in the classroom. Yeah, this is like the type of education where like you know you're learning something versus like finding out later that you learned something. You know what I mean? This is like a pop quiz versus like watching the Magic School Bus. This is my show, gosh darn. For this video, what I wanted to do is basically define common terms that you hear in the hiking and camping community. One of the things that I think can be really challenging, especially as a beginner, is like trying to understand and sort of like navigate a lot of the lingo that people that are more experienced will use. And so I'm hoping by like just defining some terms and kind of laying out all the different glossary of terms you might hear as a hiker or backpacker, I can maybe make it a little bit more welcoming for new people. That being said, I actually don't know what terms are in this glossary. This was put together by my production team. So it's totally possible that I won't know the definition to all of these, so we'll just learn together. Because I don't know everything, and I wouldn't consider myself particularly like hip with the language. That makes me sound really old.
Hip with the language.
Ready? Let's go. Miranda's super not official hiking and camping glossary of terms number 1 is 0 day. Okay, cool. So a 0 day is something that I mostly know for through hikers, but I think just like for longer treks in general, a 0 day is a day where you don't hike any miles. But you have to like be on the trail for it to be a 0 day. You can't just like be in your house and be like, today was a 0 day. Or maybe you can. Today was a 0 day for me then. Type 2 fun. Type 1 fun is something where it's like fun while you're doing it. Type 2 fun is something that's like not fun while you're doing it, but then like immediately afterwards, you're like, that was really fun. If you do a really hard hike, you're like, why did I do this? But then you get to the top, you enjoy the beautiful view, and as you're coming down, you're like, this was really fun. That's like type 2 fun. Peak bagging. Someone who's a peak bagger is someone who's essentially just trying to get to the top of as many mountains as possible. I think it has like a little bit of a pretentious and elitist sound to it. There's something that's like not very welcoming about being like talking about peak bagging. I don't know if that's a mean thing to say. And I just feel like hiking should be about the experience. But I guess if that's the experience that you want, then peak bagging's for you. So the BEAR-MUDA triangle is a way of setting up your camp to prevent bears from coming to your camp. If you imagine a triangle, boop, 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 you cook over here, you store your food over here, and you camp over here, and the wind goes this way. Pooportunity. I use to mean the best opportunity to poop. If you're hiking somewhere and there hasn't been a good clearing or a spot where you could like go off to poop, but then all of a sudden there is, you have to like take that pooportunity. Blaze. Oh yeah, so a blaze just really marks a trail. So generally a blaze will be like paint on a tree, so different colors for different trails. I'm nailing this. Leave no trace. When we go out into the woods, we should basically not leave anything behind. There's this phrase I think is commonly used in Leave No Trace, which is leave only footsteps, take only memories. Yeah, this is great. Your base weight is the weight of all the stuff that you carry minus your consumables. Ultralight backpacking is really just the idea of getting your gear as light as possible, and I believe to be considered an ultralighter, your base weight is supposed to be under 10 pounds. Is that right? Yes. This is fun. So to cold soak your food is to rehydrate it or to soak it in cold water as opposed to boiling water. But generally speaking, cold soak is something that's done by people who don't want to carry a stove and fuel with them. If you're an ultralighter, you basically have to cold soak your food. If you want to see me do an ultralight video, too bad. This is hike your own hike. Hike the way that you want to hike. Don't listen to other people, and also don't pass judgment on other people as they're hiking.
How does this apply to your own hiker? Gotcha.
So my issue with ultralight is not ultralighters. It's that the idea of ultralight can feel really intimidating to new backpackers, and so knowing that you don't have to start there, nor do you have to end up there, I think that it would be really helpful if we saw more of that on YouTube. Whew, all right, let me just get off this high horse and get back down onto this chair. So, dispersed camping. It's one of those terms I like know I should know what it means. And I do, I think. So dispersed camping is when you are... So dispersed camping is the idea of camping or backpacking in areas where there aren't designated campsites.
Yeah. That's mostly it. No services.
There's no like pit toilet, fire rings or fire pits, no tent platform. Oh, Perfect. A tent platform is a enclosed area on the ground that makes it ideal for setting up your tent. If there's a tent platform, use the tent platform. Lightweight. So lightweight is, again, this is like referring to a type of backpacking. So if you have a base weight that's less than 20 or less than 15 pounds, that's considered lightweight. Crampons. What? I guess they're for like mountaineering too. I was thinking of like ice climbing. Crampons are these things that attach to your boots, generally to specific type of boots that give you traction on ice and on like glacier travel. Like this. Crampons. Cairn. The definition of a cairn is a stack of rocks, generally used to identify a change in direction of the trail. Okay, the 10 essentials are food, water, fire, fix-it, first aid, insulation, illumination, navigation, sun, and shelter. And those are the 10 categories of things that you should have with you in order to survive in the outdoors. False peak, when you are hiking and you think you've reached the highest point, but you have to go a little further. Me hiking all the time. It's like every switchback is a false peak. I'm like, are we done to the top yet? Swag bags. It's a bag within a bag, and you pick your poop up with that bag, you put it in the other bag, and you seal it up. It's a doggy bag for people. Trail name. Your trail name is the name that you use on a trail, such as the AT or the PCT. So I've had thru hikers give me trail names, but one of them was Stumbles, and the other one was Monday, which I kind of like Monday as a trail name, but Stumbles stuck more. Facilitaries. Really, this just refers to like going to the bathroom in the woods. Guy lines. When you're setting up your tent, there are these little loops on the tent where if you attach a cord to them and then stake them out, it helps provide additional structure to your tent.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Should we do?
Lightning round. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Screes like little pieces of rock that are like on the trail. So it's like little tiny pieces of rock that slide.
Yeah.
Oh, northbound hiker. Soba, southbound hiker. Nero day, almost 0 day. Tree line is where the trees stop and like rock begins at the top of a mountain peak. AT, the Appalachian Trail. Bivy sack is basically it's a coffin for live people. You like get inside of it and you sleep in it that way. It's very uncomfortable. Contour lines? The f? It's like what people do when they're wearing makeup. They like put makeup on, like contour. Whatever. Cat hole is when you dig a hole in the ground and you poop in it. All right, how did I do?
You missed what?
Contour lines. Gorp. Gorp is like a name for trail mix. Good old raisins and peanuts. Glissade. If you're like doing mountaineering and you're on your way down in a snowfield, to glissade is to sit down and just slide down the mountain. So to post hole is to sink into the snow, like up to your knee or like past your knee. A really funny photo of one of our videographers post holing. I think you're probably post holing other stuff like quicksand.
Quicksand, like on the hip.
Fine. Switchbacks. So switchbacks are when a trail kind of zigzags back and forth across a mountain. So switchbacks help us like get to higher peaks more gradually, so you're not just going straight up. Bladder. The bladder is like colloquial for your hydration reservoir. I prefer reservoir. Bladder sounds funny. Is talus a big boulder?
Talus is a slope formed especially by an accumulation of rock.
Herd path. Part of me wants to say that a herd path is just like a trail that's created by cattle that are like moved a specific direction.
It's a non-official path created by hikers.
Oh, gators. So gators go around the bottom of your leg and then they generally strap underneath your boot. So gators help keep mud and dirt and debris and water out from your boots and like off of your pants. GPS. So I know what a GPS is, but I actually am just now realizing that I don't know what GPS stands for. Global. Okay, global's good. I'm gonna guess that the S is system.
Yeah.
P is. We charades it? How many syllables?
4.
And it's one word?
Yeah.
What is it?
Positioning.
Positioning! That's nothing.
It's the low point on like the ridge line between 2 peaks. Speed around.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
Pack it out is to bring out everything that you brought in with you on the trail.
Ooh.
Vitamin I is ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Cuban fiber is a really lightweight, really durable, really expensive fiber. A puffer jacket is a insulated jacket like the one that I'm wearing, generally with down or synthetic insulation that's generally baffled. Trail spice is dirt. Camp clean is something that would like not be clean at your house, but generally just like rinsed with water and dumped out, good enough for camp. R value is the insulation value of a sleeping pad. Vestibule is the area outside of your tent that's formed by your tent and your rainfly. A bear bag is a bag version of a bear canister. Trailhead is where a trail begins. It's like where you start hiking. That's it. That's it. That was fun. So now I've gone through all this glossary of vocabulary of outdoorsy terms. I will have all the terms and the definitions in the description below. And if you have any terms that you use locally, I would love to hear those. So write those in the comments. And if you liked this video and you found it helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the REI channel, and I will see you all in the wild. Goodbye. School's out. It's good.
All right, that's a wrap.
Oh, I got an email. This is my work computer. This is my job.